Guys, over the past 7 days, I think I may have witnessed maybe 3 of the largest crash outs of our century. Okay? I don't mean of a week. I don't mean of a month. I don't mean of a year. I don't even mean of the decade. I mean of the actual, like, Shakespearean, going back into the 1700s, like Romeo and Juliet type crash outs, okay? Just in the past 7 freaking days. The Urban Dictionary definition of crash out is to go insane and or do something stupid. With the example saying person 1, Jadarius killed someone for stepping on his shoes. Person 2, oh really? He really crashed out. Now, I don't know why they said Jadarius. I've never even heard of a person named Jadarius. Is this supposed to be like Jerome combined with Darius? God damn, that's racist as hell. The 3 crash outs we'll be talking about this weekend has to do with the Kansas City Chiefs. That's right. We'll talk about them, their crash out of yesterday's Super Bowl. We'll talk about the Super Bowl in general as well. We have to talk about this guy named Montoya or whatever. Okay, it's some Spanish reality TV show that everyone's been talking about. Okay. And it might have been the worst crash out I have ever seen in my entire life. My heart hurts just thinking about it. And then the 3rd crash out we have to talk about, that's right, is Kanye West, or Ye, or Yeezy, who seems to have been deleted off the platform of X, but for like the past 3 or 4 days has been tweeting the most absurd nonsense nonstop. So first, let's talk about the Super Bowl crash out. That's right, the Kansas City Chiefs somehow managed, I think it was the 1st or 2nd quarter, and I think they were down like over 20 points. I think it was like 24-0 going into the halftime. It was one of the worst, biggest stomps I have seen in Super Bowl history. It was so freaking bad. How do you not score a single point in 2 quarters and you made it all the way down to the goddamn Super Bowl? Philly, that's right, guys. The Philly are the champions, the Super Bowl champions of Super Bowl. What's the L stand for? Is that like 59? Is that what that is? I think L is a 50, right? And then that's the IX. I think that's 59. But yeah, the Eagles that took it. Okay, congratulations to my Eagles homies back at home. Okay, I'm from the DMV, so, you know, I got some friends who live in Philly, you know, not too close. I heard they were going crazy. Oh, we'll talk about the crash out in Philadelphia as well. I heard that after they won the Super Bowl, everybody went to the streets and committed like the worst crimes you can think of. So I think the guy is in the car, but I think what happens is when you win the Super Bowl, especially in Philly, like for the next like 24 hours, like crime is legal. Like it's just like straight up, like the way for victory is to literally go out to the streets and find a crime and then and then commit it, destroy everything. That's how you celebrate winning the Super Bowl in Philadelphia. Here's more. Apparently all of last night you can hear screaming and horns and people are riding horses. What do you even mean? Yo, is Philadelphia even a real place, bro? This is giving me like shades of New York City. There's more tearing down a street light. Okay. What is wrong with these people? What are y'all doing? What is happening? Why? Anyway, the streets of Philly aside, let's go to the Super Bowl commercials. When I say let's go to the Super Bowl commercials, let's not. That's right. In fact, I'm not going to show you anything about any of the Super Bowl commercials. Okay, I watched it and they were terrible. Almost every, I don't know about you guys. And this is going to be just like a little rant about the Super Bowl commercials really fast. This is my crash out officially, but they are so bad. Super Bowl commercials used to be special. Like it used to be something that people can get excited for, watch the game, but the Super Bowl commercials were peak. And then something happened. I don't know, it was COVID. I don't know if it's been like the past 5 or 7 years, but they have been like terrible. Like it'll take like one good Super Bowl commercial and then you have to watch like 20 bad ones. There was one specific one that really pissed me off. It was my boy Seal, you know, Kiss from a Rose. Ba-da-da, yeah, yeah, They had Seal singing, but he was a seal. Like, so I was like, okay, all right, you guys a little goofy here. But it was like clearly AI generated Seal. And like Kiss from a Rose is like one of my favorite songs. Yeah, I compare you to a kiss from a rose. I know they should record me. They should write me up. That should be on the label. But like, I was so mad that they destroyed not only like the image of Seal with the AI, but with this just terrible freaking AI commercial that it was just bad. Okay. So this is how almost all the commercials were. They're super high quality, right? It's tell that you spent like millions and millions of dollars for it. You get some random celebrity, right? That just like a whole bunch of random famous people just pop out of nowhere. And it's just absurd for the sake of absurd that it's lost its humor at this point. There's nothing good about Super Bowl commercials anymore. You might get lucky if you like maybe, you know, chuckle or something like that, but they're so cringe and they are so bad. Humor is going backwards when it comes to commercial, okay? I will laugh at like memes all day, okay? I'll go on Twitter, I'll see a stupid meme that's like 6 seconds long and it's a repeat of a kid just crashing into a wall with some stupid sound effect. And that'll be the funniest thing I've seen all year. That's where my humor has gone. But at the same time, I feel like some humor has regressed, especially when it comes to like freaking commercial humor. Say Drake, I heard you like him young. That's right. We got to talk about the halftime show, but we got to talk about Kung Fu Kenny, AJ Kendrick Lamar. Okay. I know some of y'all sports fans wanted to watch the Kansas City's for the, wanted to watch the game, right? But a lot of people either wanted to watch the commercials or just see Kendrick Lamar perform They Not Like Us at the Super Bowl. And this very magical clip right here is Kendrick Lamar looking at the camera at the exact moment where he said, "Say Drake, I hear you like him young." That's right. I was popping the hell off on Twitter. It was so absolutely freaking funny. Before we get into the halftime show, okay, we need to talk about the absurdity that is Kendrick Lamar coming up here and performing They Not Like Us and then having the whole crowd scream A minor, where Drake is probably in a basement somewhere playing Fortnite, pretending like the Super Bowl doesn't exist, surrounded by some homies like, hey, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. We don't even watch the Super Bowl anyway. We don't even support. I wanted to know, I swear, was he when this was happening? Was he watching? And was he on watch, right? Like, was he drinking? When a cup full of rose, when a good thing goes bad. What was he doing? Because you can't just ignore that Kendrick Lamar is at the Super Bowl, talking, about to call everyone, call you a P file in front of everybody. You can't ignore it. You know what's happening. What I hope Drake is doing is planning a comeback. That's right, a comeback album. As cooked as Drake is, to be honest, I honestly feel like there is like he can come out with something, and if it's a banger, like everyone's going to give it a listen once because people are going to want to hear what he has to say. And then after a while, if it's bad, then no one will listen again. But I'm just curious. I want Drake to stand up, keep fighting. But yeah, it was a pretty good performance, but there are some mixed reviews when it comes to Kendrick Lamar's performance. The They Not Like Us was perfect. Okay, absolutely peak. Being able to come to the Super Bowl and spit on your greatest enemy. Okay, that in itself is basically a testament. It's what people strive for when it comes to having an enemy, right? Like this lets you know that hate can win. All right. If you have an enemy, you should hate them to the extent that Kendrick hates Drake, and you might too be able to destroy your enemy in the way that Kendrick has destroyed Drake. So let's talk about the crash out that was the halftime show itself. Okay. It seems to be split about whether or not the halftime show was good or bad. People are saying it was the best thing ever or it was the worst thing ever. Okay. And you had Kendrick, come up here and he started performing some of his songs. Not all of his most popular songs, but a couple of like some of his good commercial ones. And it was just like Kendrick doing this thing, right? All he did was just kind of stand, and I think he had like some bell bottoms, right? And he just be like, when you talk like that, and when you talk like that, hold up, and still my God, and so that was the whole halftime show. Whole halftime show is my man just swaying with the bell bottoms, right? And that's it. There's no dancing. Kendrick ain't dancing. He might do a little bit of crip walking, but like he's not an entertainer. He's a lyricist, okay? He spits. That's it. And that's it. He's not like a dual main where he can dance and entertain while also sing, while also rap. Some of the comments saying, we got Theo Von saying, boring halftime show. You got this person saying, thank you, Kendrick Lamar. For years, I've been paralyzed, stuck in a wheelchair. But when you started performing at the halftime show, I gained the strength to get up and turn that trash music off. Thank you, Mr. Lamar, for all you do for the disabled community. Low tier God saying that was the worst Super Bowl halftime performance I've seen to date. So here's what I think about the Super Bowl performance. Okay, I gotta say this on Black History Month. Okay. I have mixed feelings. Okay, number one, being able to come up here on stage and kill your enemy like that, I think that's worth it enough, right? That's enough. That's enough to be like, damn, like no one has ever come on national TV, won 5 Grammys, and then stared at a camera and stared at their worst enemy and just said, you know, hey, you're a pedophile, and just literally have the entire crowd doing that. That in itself is like a huge W that like no one else in the history of the Super Bowl will ever experience, which is true justice. However, I have to say, when it comes to the performance, it felt, I don't know. It didn't feel, I didn't feel like Kendrick played some of his best songs. I didn't feel like the theatrics of the people and the dancing was like legendary. Like I didn't get any chills. I didn't get any wows, or I wasn't like, wow. I was kind of just watching it. And I was just watching it with a smirk. And to be honest, I was just kind of like waiting for like Kendrick to just play like They Like Us. And I was bumping to Humble and some of his other songs as well. But it wasn't that good. I'm gonna just say it. I don't think it was that good. After it was done, I was like, dang, that's it. That's all we got. It wasn't even as good as when They Not Like Us first came out, and there was like a Peacock special. I think it was like and he was out there and he was performing They Not Like Us, and he played They Not Like Us 5 times, right? 5 times in a row, back to back to back to back, and had all these different people up there crip walk, and had gangs, real gangs, come up here all dancing. That was a better halftime show than this, in my opinion. I gotta say, it was, I don't know, it was missing something. And then I know SZA came up there and she started singing as well, but I heard her mic wasn't working that well. You know, W for destroying your enemy, but in terms of Super Bowl, it didn't really feel like it captured the essence that is Kendrick. And also, if you're like a normie, okay, if you're one of the Facebook whites is what they call it, and you're watching this, you're just like, what in the DEI? Okay, this is terrible. What is he even talking? They don't know any of the discography. Like, if you put this to a person who's never seen Kendrick and they watch this, they're just gonna be like, what is going on with this? I don't know too much about that. But you know, they're not like really impressed. And you compare this to like maybe like, I don't know, The Weeknd or like Michael Jackson or some of like the best halftime shows. So I mean, I just gotta say it. I'm gonna give it a 7. I'm gonna give it a 6.5 for real. Okay. And the reason why he even gets the 6.5 is because he got to basically spirit bomb Drake in front of the entire world. That's your first crash out of the week. Let's go into the second one. All right. We gotta talk about Montoya. Por favor. Okay. Oh my God. I've been wanting to talk to y'all about this all week. It's so bad. It's so bad. Viewer discretion advised. Y'all, your hearts, if you don't know why this man is ripping off, taking off, is screaming, is really bad. Okay, let me explain what happened. The reason why the name Montoya might be popping up on your feeds is due to this viral moment that happened on a Spanish reality TV show. It was called La Isla de la Tentaciones, aka Temptation Island. So this is the clip, and I can't show you like I'm sorry, I'm losing it just getting ready to show it to you. This is bad. I'm crashing out right now. I'm about to show you this man's crash out. This is Montoya, Jose, okay? This is cinema. Montoya, the tension. You don't need to speak Spanish to understand. This is insane. So you got Montoya here, and he's watching, he's watching a clip. And this is his girlfriend, Anita. And this is some other dude, right? And I think like on Temptation Island, sometimes you swap partners or whatever like that. And he's watching his girl right now in bed with another dude. You already know that this is about to be bad. This is about to be epic levels of legendary crash out super bad. I would crash out just knowing that this was taking place, but the producers have him watching, okay? Watching his girlfriend. They're sitting him down. Okay. And I gotta be careful with copyright, so we're gonna do a lot of pausing. He licked her. Oh my God. Oh no. He's about to get up. He's getting up. After licking her on the nose, he's getting up to cut off the TV. He's getting up to get the bed ready. He's getting up. I know what that is. And I don't know what he's saying, right? But this girl, the moderator, is just like, sit down, relax, it's gonna be okay. And my man's crashing out. I don't know what he's saying in Spanish, but I feel his heart. Okay, I don't need to know what he's saying to understand what he's saying. Llora con ese escombro, llora. Esto es lo que quieres en tu vida. He's saying, no. That's what he's. No. And the moderator just sitting here, she know this is so messed up. She know what's about to happen. She's just sitting here, just letting him go through it. And he's just like, this is awful. This is awful. This might be one of the most awful things I have seen on freaking television, like in a long time.
¿Qué vamos a dormir?
Sí. Siéntate, por favor, Montoya. Es lamentable, ya ha hecho un antes y un después.
She said, sit down, Montoya.
Ya hay que escuchar la respuesta, tío.
He said, sit down, Montoya.
No quiero esto verlo.
No quiero.
Quiero ir a la playa, descansar. Venga, lo voy a ver.
Sit down, Montoya. Sit down. He said, no quiero. No quiero. Sit down, Montoya. What do you mean, sit down, Montoya? My man's is. I can't. It could not be me. Can you imagine somebody on a TV show telling you to sit down and watch? What do you mean? What do you mean sit down? Why? Why are you subjecting this man to this footage? What do you mean?
Vale.
Oh no, it's bad. All right, so I have to skip this. I can't show you, okay? So the dude, gets into the bed and they start making out, and it's like, and then and then they start clapping cheeks. That's it. And I can't show you the clapped out cheeks part, but the way that they edit this was so terrible because eventually Montoya starts to run down the beach. Let me find the part where he starts to sprint. Oh my God. No. Oh, my heart.
Por favor,
so eventually he runs.
Por favor, Montoya.
Please, Montoya.
Montoya.
Please, Montoya.
Montoya, vuelve.
Te estoy deseando, tío.
¿Dónde está? Montoya, por favor.
So my man runs down the beach, right? With his epic music, running towards the beach where his girlfriend is, Anita. This is the crash out. That's the crash out, and it was epic. The editors put on the epic music, but the worst part, and I'm not going to show you part. This is the dirty part. The actual dirty part was this show the footage of the cheeks getting clapped. It was bad. Like as he ran and got faster and faster, the sounds of the cheeks. Oh, it was reverberating. It got worse and worse and worse, and my gut, oh God, it was absolutely freaking terrible. Just oh God, just ran. He ran and he ran some more, and the entire internet has been losing their shit because of this clip. I think what ended up happening next was he came in and he interrupted them while she like mid, and then she came out there and got pissed off at him, but then like in less than like 2 minutes she started to apologize, and then people were saying that apparently he may have cheated first or something like that, but like it wasn't as bad. It was just like a lap dance, but in here it was Oh my God. Oh my God. It doesn't, every time I see this clip, it does not get any better. You have Country Roll saying, Montoya, por favor. The official Crunchyroll anime account is making fun of Montoya. That's insane. Guys, do you understand this? Does he understand how wild that is to be made fun of by Crunchyroll? Tweet here said Montoya's girl when she saw him getting a lap dance and showed evil LeBron. Oh, that was too far. That was too far. You got Spanish Netflix saying Montoya, por favor, showing Edward running with Bella. What do you mean, dog? 154,000 likes. Xbox UK saying Montoya, por favor. And they got freaking Chief from Halo just running. That's the number 2 crash out. And I gotta say, like, I don't know if there's like a lot to say about it. I gotta say it's definitely one of those crash outs. I think it might be top 1 crash out. I think the Montoya crash out might be the biggest crash out of our decade. Okay, the cinema, the animation, was absolutely peak cinema in terms of the editing and how they had the music and him running around the beach. But like, I feel that was dirty. It was dirty. It was Temptation Island. I can't watch those shows. Like, for me personally, I just can't watch it. Like, when people like watch the drama or the tea, I can't watch these shows where it's just like around like cuckoldry, right? Where just people are just like swapping partners and watching each other's partners cheats and then being like, ooh, I hope my partner is loyal enough to not sleep with some person they just met because we've been having, issues in our relationship for the past couple. Like, nah, bro, something about that I can't do. I can do things like 90 Day Fiance. I can do like some other reality TV shows, but the whole Temptation Island or just there's something evil about it. You know what I'm saying? There's something dirty and cold and messed up to televise that kind of betrayal, bro. And it was done in such a raw way when it comes to Temptation Island. It was this type of crash out will make men evil. Okay, it's the reason why men become evil, right? It's the reason when they no longer when they join the red pill community, they become the Andrew Tate. They're like, all right, I'm going to go join the dark side. Kind of crash out. Like, just watching this crash out will make you lose trust. It's bad. It was bad. But that was the Montoya crash out. I don't think I have anything else to say outside of saying that it was the worst thing I think I might have seen this week. And I still, my stomach churns every time I think about the crash out of Montoya. It was a tragedy. It's a tragedy worse than Shakespeare. As for the last crash out of the day, we have to talk about Kanye West and his epic 3-day crash out, tirade, anti-Semitic. Okay. So you guys know Kanye. You know that he goes on Twitter sometimes, and usually when he starts spazzing out on Twitter, starts posting the most random things you can think of off the top of his dome, top of his head, most hateful, anti-Semitic things, talking about how much he loves Hitler, talking about the Nazis, talking about how he hates Jews, talking about women, talking about big booty bitches, talking about sex, talking about porn. He does like all of these things, right? And while he's, up here just basically just clogging for like attention on Twitter and the space and his amendment, his ability to basically, free speech, he always has something to sell, right? It's a very common thing where when he wants to make money and he has some new merch to sell, he goes on Twitter and he just says anything that he can to piss people off. And he's like, oh yeah, by the way, buy my merch. Let's start from the end and work backwards, okay? Because as of today, Kanye West has deactivated his Twitter/X account, okay? So that's going to make it pretty tough to go back through the history, the vault of everything that he has said. I'm going to see how, the internet saves everything. I'll see if I can find it. But this has been the result of this 3-day tirade on Twitter, posting literally, I want to say hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of tweets in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. talking about some of the wildest things you have ever heard. His last message being, I'm logging out of Twitter. I appreciate Elon for allowing me to vent. It's been very cathartic to use the world as a sounding board. It was like an ayahuasca trip Love all of you who gave me your energy and attention. Like, it's very clear that, like, I think for like Kanye and a lot of people using this platform and spewing whatever you want and kind of like exercising free speech and saying some of the worst things and showing all of this stuff is a drug. Okay. When it comes to billionaires, they don't get off anymore on like just like weed, you know, like normie broke people's drugs. They have to find clout. Clout is the highest of drugs. They have to figure out how to like say things that would get them canceled, like Dance on the Edge, you know, like gamble like millions of dollars. They have to chase the highs of highs. And for Kanye, the highs of highs is saying the most obscene shit you can think of. Okay. And a lot of people say maybe this was just another episode with Kanye because I think he has BPD. He's bipolar. But to be honest, I don't think so. I think this is just straight up Kanye. Like, I'm not giving this man any excuses. I'm not saying like, oh no, he has mental health issues. I know, again, and I said this the last time he had this rant, okay? There's a lot of people with mental health issues that don't go on freaking anti-Semitic rants, all right? Who don't do what he does. This man is just, he's twisted. He's a bit nasty in the head. He's a bad dude. Sometimes some people are just bad people, and I feel like Kanye he's a bad dude. Let's see, how do I showcase this to you guys? Okay, editor, I'm gonna need you to block out anything that's like, you know, too wild. Okay, but let me read a couple of some of the highlights of Kanye's tweet. He said, "Never meet your heroes. I pay niggas and bitches to laugh at my jokes. You know the only thing worse than effing for money, effing for free. F Virgil. Tame." This is very tame. Okay, this one's right here, and as you can see, it's just 12 minutes, 12 minutes, 10 minutes, 9 minutes, just a string of just intrusive thoughts. I love Hitler. Now what bitches? Let's see if y'all give that money back. Then he says, I'm a Nazi. Then he says, I say whatever the F I want. P words. No rich N-word is truly funny. Being funny is for broke niggas who want to distract you from the fact that they broke and trying to get B's to F for free. All right. So my man's just projecting. All of these truths are coming from the inward soul of his heart, the mirror of his heart. Man's is just projecting his insecurities onto Twitter. Here he says, fat bitches are sex offenders. I see them and I'm sexually offended. Making lingerie for fat bitches is like giving knives to little kids. They gonna hurt somebody. If you find yourself in a fat P, just remember it's because you're broke. What the goddamn hell, bro? This was February 6th, so this was 4 days ago, right? This man was saying free Puff. That's right. Free Diddy. He literally said free Diddy and was saying like Diddy should not be in jail. All of these celebrity N-words and B-words and P's, y'all watch out, brother. Rot and never say anything. What do you mean? What do you mean? Do you not know the charges? Okay, have you not seen the videotapes? Oh, he has. He actually posted on his Twitter the clips of Diddy actually attacking his ex-girlfriend and then saying that sometimes you just have to hit your girl. He brought back the concept of saying slavery is a choice. He likes to tell people that nonstop, how slavery was just, you know, was just a choice. He loves bringing that one back. Apparently here in this thread, it said that he dropped free Diddy merch. And then also if you went to his actual website, it was a swastika on a t-shirt. My heart has not jumped, not one moment today. I got steel in my veins, God mode. Puff, we love you. Nah, I don't know if that's steel. I think he's on that, whatchamacallit, the whippets. What is it that thing? There was a drug that Kanye has been on that his dentist has been giving him or something like that. My man is just, he's on something. He definitely on something. He got something in his vein. The anti-Semitism was really bad. Okay, so bad, in fact, that Twitter had to keep saying, hey, this violates, this violates, this is violation, this is a violation. This is some sensitive information. This is some violation. It says here, I'm going to normalize talking about Hitler. The way they talk about killing niggas has been normalized. Hitler was so fresh. Call me Yadov Hitler, and your bitch still wants to F. And there's more. There's so much more, in fact, that I don't want to poison your brains with all of it. I guess I just want to say, like, it sucks. Like, everyone keeps saying he made graduation. A lot of people just like watching him crash out, you know, watching him troll or say anything like that. But I think my opinion of Kanye is that he does know things, right? And I think there's some things that he says that are true. But for like the one thing, like, it's like the whole broken clock thing. A broken clock is correct. What is it like? once a day or twice every day or whatever. So he'll litter some truths or some things, and people are like, wow, I can't believe that might actually be a thing. But then he just litters it with just nonsense, just constant nonsense and crashing out. Nonsense is just over and over. And I don't think it has to do with selfish. I think dude is just a narcissist. I think he's just a bad dude. He's just mean. He's just mean. That's the biggest thing. Is why is he so mad? Why is he so angry? And why is he so god dag on mean? I have not sensed this much bad energy in a person in a very long time, but like, god damn. Sorry guys, that's the top 3 crash outs of the week. Okay, let me know which one was your favorite, Montoya, Kanye, or Kansas City Chiefs. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. I'll be dropping some more videos for you guys later this week. Y'all take it easy. Peace.